Gray dawn slides across the loading dock. Forklifts cough and the punch clocks talk. A man stands still in a neon haze, hard wide awake in the early maze. I've spent long years under humming lights, trading my fire for exhausted nights. Watch my name fade on a time card sheet, just another ghost with a worn out feet. But there's a rumble building in my chest, a different drum that won't let me rest, saying you were born for more than this, more than a life you quietly miss. When the loud world says just stay in place, when fear leans in with a familiar face, I raise my eyes where the red sky plays to a road that cuts through yesterday. I'm crossing the line of yesterday, leaving behind what held me in place. Every bruise, every doubt, every broken try becomes the bridge where my future lies. I won't die slow in the same old way. I'm crossing the line of yesterday. I've seen my dreams in a rearview blur, driving home late, too tired for her. But love needs more than a shell of a man, it needs a heart with a living plan. So I kissed her hand at the kitchen light, said I'm done losing this silent fight. I'll still work hard, but I'll fight for more, a life worth walking back in the door. Let the rumors spin down the factory hall, let the old guard wait for me to fall. My will's the engine, my hope's the spark. I'll push this road through the deepest dark. If I slip tonight, I'll rise again. I've carried too much not to win. I'm crossing the line of yesterday, leaving behind what held me in place. Every bruise, every doubt, every broken try becomes the bridge where my future lies. I won't die slow in the same old way. I'm crossing the line of yesterday. The sun climbs higher as new roads open before me, still rising, still me. Cold blue light hums over concrete floors, steel doors sigh as the night shift pours. A lone man lingers in the flickering glow, heart beating louder than the whistles blow. I've worn these boots through 1,000 nights, lived on coffee and fluorescent lights, watched my life slip by in a factory haze, half awake in a looping maze. But last night something broke inside, a buried river that refused to hide, saying you ain't meant to fade away, you were built for more than yesterday. When the schedule says you're locked in tight, when the pay stub owns your days and nights, I lift my eyes where the red dawn lives, toward a road that finally shifts. I'm walking the bridge out of the night shift, leaving behind what made my soul drift. Every long hour, every tear, every sleepless fight turns to boards and the bridge to light. I won't die slow in this endless drift. I'm crossing the bridge out of the night shift. I've seen my reflection in a dark glass pane, a tired stranger with a heart in chains. The chains can crack when a man stands tall, when he gets back up after every fall. So I held her close in the kitchen glow, said I'll still work, but I won't let go of the part of me that was born to dream, to build a life that's more than steam. Let the rumors fly down the break room hall, let the old hands say I'll surely fall. My will's the engine, my hope's the spark. I'll haul this dream through the thickest dark. If I slip halfway, I'll rise once more. I've lived half closed, I'll live full core. I'm walking the bridge out of the night shift, leaving behind what made my soul drift. Every long hour, every tear, every sleepless fight turns to boards and the bridge to light. I won't die slow in this endless drift. I'm crossing the bridge out of the night shift. I'm walking the bridge out of the night shift, leaving behind what made my soul drift. Every long hour, every tear, every sleepless fight turns to boards and the bridge to light. I won't die slow in this endless drift. I'm crossing the bridge out of the night shift. Dawn spills wider as the old shadows lose me. Still walking, still me. Soft red glow creeps over loading bays. Forklifts cough awake in a metal haze. A man stands quiet where the shadows float, staring down the time clock road. I've punched that wall till my knuckles learned every second that my lifetime burned. Watch my dreams sit out in the rain while I sold my back for another chain. But somewhere deep in my aching frame, a restless spark kept saying my name, whispering you ain't just what they own, you're more than steel and tired bone. When the siren screams, get back in line. When the past says, boy, you'll never climb, I lift my eyes where the sunrise glows past the end of the time clock road. I'm walking past the end of the time clock road, dropping the weight of the old payroll load. Every long night, every tear, every word I never spoke becomes a bridge where my future wove. I won't die small under someone else's code. I'm moving past the time clock road. Grow while I was gone, heard their laughter through a tired, yawning dawn. shut that locker with a steady hand. Said I'll still work hard, but I'll take my stand. Bring home more than a worn-out shell. Bring home a story I can tell. Let the old guard scoff, let the whisper spin. I've carried too much to not begin. My will's the engine, my hope's the spark. I'll haul this heart through the deep, it's dark. If I slip tonight, I'll rise once more. I'm not that man I was before. I'm walking past the end of the time clock road, dropping the weight of the old payroll load. Every long night, every tear, every word I never spoke becomes the bridge where my future would. I won't die small under someone else's code. I'm moving past the time clock road. Time clock road, dropping the weight of the old payroll load. Every long night, every tear, every word I never spoke becomes the bridge where my future would. I won't die small under someone else's code. I'm moving past the time clock road. The day breaks open as new miles open to me. Still fighting, still me. Red gold line cuts through the factory smoke. Street lights blink like they're losing their choke. A quiet truck idles by the gate alone. A man deciding which way is home. I spent long years in the concrete glare, breathing in dust and recycled air. Watch my spirit sag in the overtime glow. Too tired to feel, too numb to grow. But tonight that engine inside my chest kicked up strong, refused to rest, saying you ain't done, you're not just spent, you're more than where your years went. When the foreman shouts, this is all you'll be, when the numbers try to define me, I live my eyes where the bright edge shows, toward a road only a brave man knows. I'm walking down the road that finally leads me home, leaving behind where my good years turn to stone. Every long shift, every bruise, every lonely night long turns to ground beneath the life I own. I won't fade out as a nameless rolling stone. I'm taking back the road that leads me home. I've seen her wait in a tired front room, dinner gone cold in the TV gloom, kids' drawings taped on the old fridge door, little reminders of who I'm working for. But they need more than a paycheck ghost, more than a man who just haunts this post. They need my laugh, they need my eyes, not just a shadow that arrives. too much fire to keep it all in. My will's the wheel, my hope's the spark. I'll steer this life through the deepest dark. If I stumble hard, I'll stand up slow, but I won't turn back to the life I know. Every bruise, every lonely night alone turns to ground beneath the life I own. I won't fade out as a nameless rolling stone. I'm taking back the road that leads me home. Every bruise, every lonely night alone turns to ground beneath the life I own. I won't fade out as a nameless rolling stone. I'm taking back the road that leads me home. The day opens wide as my front door welcomes me. Still shining. Still me. Streetlights fade along the two-lane bend. Newspaper trucks hum low around the end. A tired man stands where the sidewalks meet, heart pounding louder than the traffic beat. I walked this stretch since I was 21. Same old neon, same setting sun. Watch my chances pass in a window's glare. Too worn out to chase them, too numb to care. Last night staring at that broken glass, I saw a stranger in my own past. Heard a voice inside cut through the smoke. Son, it's time you finally spoke. When the old crowd says just stay in line, when fear sneaks in with its dull old shine, I lift my eyes where the first light glows, down a road only a brave heart knows. I'm turning the corner at Main and Hope, dropping the weight of the way I cope. Every bad year, every tear, every time I nearly broke becomes a fuel in the words I spoke. I wanted small at the end of a fraying rope. I'm turning the corner at Main and Hope. I've seen my girl stare through an empty chair, dinner gone cold in the kitchen air. But love needs more than a worn-out shell. It needs a man who shows up well. So I took her hand in the fading light, said I'm done losing this quiet fight. I'll still work hard, but I'll change my way. Bring home a man who's here to stay. Let the old town talk, let the rumors run. I've lived too long like a loaded gun. My will's the engine, my hope's the spark. I'll push this life through the thickest dark. If I fall tonight, I'll rise once more. I've lived half closed, I'll live full core. I'm turning the corner at Main and Hope, opens wide as new streets answer me. Still turning, still me.